Yo, what's good, family? This is Street at this TV podcast. Real stories, raw talent, no filter. I'm your host, 323 Community, and today we talking about something a lot of people feel but don't even realize they're dealing with. Episode 18, PTSD and urban survival. Trauma no one talks about. See, when people hear PTSD, they think about war, soldiers, battlefields, but what they don't talk about is there's people in the streets dealing with the same thing every single day. Different battlefield, same trauma. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down simple. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is what happens when your mind goes through something heavy and never gets that chance to heal from it. In the streets, that trauma looks like hearing gunshots in your body instantly tensing up, losing people close to you, always watching your back, not trusting nobody, being on edge, even when nothing's wrong. And the crazy part, a lot of people think that's normal. It's not normal, it's survival mode. See, when you grow up in certain environments, your brain gets trained to survive, not relax. You don't sleep deep, you don't feel safe, you don't trust peace because you're used to chaos. And when you leave the environment, the mindset follows you. You could be in a safe place and you still feel like something about to happen. That's PTSD. Now let's talk about how this trauma really shows up in people. It don't always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like anger, aggression, isolation, numbing yourself, overreacting to small things, not being able to relax or trust people. And a lot of people don't even connect it to trauma. They just say, that's how I am. Nah, that's what you went through. Now here's the real issue. The streets teach survival, but they don't teach healing. You are taught how to move, how to react, how to protect yourself, but nobody teaches you how to process pain. So what happens? People cope in ways that destroy them. Drugs, alcohol, violence, shutting down emotionally. That's not healing, that's escaping. Now let's talk about the solutions, because awareness without action don't change nothing. First thing, recognize it. If you always on edge, if you can't relax, if your mind won't slow down, that's something you need to address. Second, find the outlet. That could be talking, writing, prayer, therapy, music, something that lets it out instead of bottling it in. Third, understand this. Healing does not make you weak. It makes you stronger because now you in control. On our show at Street Ethics TV Podcast, we feature a 10-question Q&A that we ask our audience. So we're going to dive right into that right after this commercial break.
Follow Thorned Hearts on Instagram. New spring, summer, fall, and winter clothing collections coming soon. Men's, women, and children all sizes. And guess what? We are proud partners of Street Ethics Music Syndicate. Tap and be on the lookout for Thorned Hearts. Hey Music World, listen up. Street Ethics Music Syndicate is back with hot new music. Be on the lookout for our artists' singles, mixtapes, and albums on the way. And did you all know that we sponsor Street Ethics TV podcast? Can't wait until season 2 Street Ethics TV podcast. Longer episodes coming soon in season 2. Street Ethics Music Syndicate new music coming soon. Street Ethics TV podcast live streams on Podbean, YouTube, and Twitch Fridays 8 p.m. through 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Oh my god.
You live with Street Ethics TV Podcast and Street Ethics Music Syndicate Studios. Tap in. Now we back at Street Ethics TV Podcast, and on our show, we feature a 10-question Q&A that we ask our audience. We gonna dive right into that right now. Question 1. Do you think people in the streets recognize PTSD, or do they just call it normal life? Question 2. Have you ever experienced something traumatic that you never talked about? How did it affect you? Question 3. Do you feel like you are always on edge or in survival mode, even when things are calm? Question 4. Growing up, were you ever taught how to deal with emotions or just told to stay strong and move on? Question 5. In your opinion, what is more dangerous, physical threats or the mental trauma that comes after it? Question 6. Do you think anger in the streets is often misunderstood trauma? Why or why not? Question 7. What are some unhealthy ways you've seen people cope with pain or trauma? Question 8. Do you think talking about mental health makes someone look weak in the street culture? And be honest. Question 9. What's one healthy way you deal with stress, pain, or pressure in your life? And question 10, our last question of the day. If someone listening right now is dealing with trauma in silence, what advice would you give them? Alright fam, that's episode 18, PTSD and Urban Survival, Trauma No One Talks About. If this hits you or made you think about your own experiences, don't ignore it, address it. And if you know somebody going through it, send them this episode, start the conversation. This is 323 Community, Street Ethics TV Podcast, real stories, raw talent, no filter, and we out. Leave your answers and comments in the comment section of this episode. And if you have any questions about today's show or any questions about today's Q&A, leave your comments in the comment section also so we can chat and chop it up on our next episode of Street Ethics TV Podcast. Subscribe to Street Ethics TV Podcast on our YouTube channel and follow Street Ethics TV Podcast right here on Spotify.